welcome back here to Cooper as the lineups being introduced to the crowd here. And the Hawks and the Tigers getting set to do battle here. There's a look at the starting lineup for South. Jackie Morrell, Lisa Meyer, Shamila Abdullah, Elizabeth Francis, Samari Vaughn, Genesis Fonder, and AJ Gaston for the Tigers. And for Cooper, Jessica Burns, Kelsey Lutkin, Erica Spies, Lexi Smith, Raina Dixon, Kylie Christensen, and Alex Schultz for the Hawks. Cooper into their new Metro West Conference this year, and they've run up against definitely some tough competition when you're playing teams like Chaska. Going to be a learning experience is the best you can kind of hope for in a situation like that. And they definitely have taken their lumps a little bit playing against those good teams, but you know that's a way to get better too. There's a look at South's head coach. Played her high school volleyball for South, so now coaching is her second year as the head coach. And Penny Danks also in her second season as head coach, and really trying to work to get this, you know, they just haven't had a consistent success in volleyball really for a great long time here. And she's just wanting to get players obviously to play at a younger age and to play more year round, but also just to start to believe that they have the ability to compete with all these teams that they play. And that's, you know, kind of the mindset that they want to get going here too. Head coach for the Hawks is Penny Danks. Thought it was kind of interesting when Coach Miller talked about their best match. She said it was really a tournament loss to Woodbury. She thought they stepped up their game against a good opponent, and even though that was a loss, she felt that was probably their sharpest match they've had this year.
I like those answers when coaches can recognize that about their team. She mentioned that they had lost the earlier game that day to a team they should have beat, and then they showed up to the Woodbury game maybe a little frustrated about their last performance, and played really well against them. There's some noise in this gym, some enthusiasm.
Both teams in dark uniforms, Cooper in the navy blue and South in the black. So South will start out with the serve. Genesis Fonder will serve it up. She's had 19 aces, a team high total for them this year. Cooper able to get into their offense and put away to start it out by Lexi Smith. Alex Schultz to serve here for the Hawks with a 1-0 lead for Cooper. And that one's going to be wide and make it 2-0 Hawks.
That was a beautiful set by Genesis Fonder. She squared up and her hands were perfect. Yeah, her outside just sent it out of bounds.
Tip over the block, and it'll be down for a point for Morrell for South.
Jackie Morrell going back to serve now. She had a great approach. She showed early that she was going to tip by raising that hand, but she did it very high.
And gives the serve right back over to Cooper. Not quite enough on that one, so the Hawks take a 3-1 lead, and they'll quickly sub in with Ariana Castillo Sedano from Peru. Comes in not really speaking English, but she has helped their team out quite a bit. It'll be interesting to see her play. A little collision there for the Tigers as the libero Gaston couldn't get to that ball. So 4-1 Cooper lead. And that one not able to get it over there was Meyer. So Hawks building on this early lead, go up 5-1.
Another jump serve from Kelsey Lutkin. It's really hard to control those.
Tigers go right side with it and put away. Vaughn getting up quickly. Maybe didn't have, a full approach, but you can see able to get off the floor in a hurry and really got a good swing on that one.
Yeah, she had a really fast arm swing, even though she didn't have a lot of time.
Chloe Coltrip coming in. She's got a good float serve. And that one put away is doing what she should with that one. It's Elizabeth Francis on the overpass from Cooper. Long scramble to try and get there for the setter, Spies, and
yeah, that's what you want from your mill. You want her to be confident and aggressive and able to put that ball away when it gets past or set too close to the net.
So the Tigers creeping back into it.
A nice sneak tip from South's setter.
And that pass off target. And so South goes on a run to get right back and even this thing up.
Nice aggressive serve by Cooper. Just forces South to pass it into the net.
Christensen dumping it over, and that'll result in a point as Coltrip saw it a little too late, got there but couldn't control the pass. Maya Bryant will come in now for Cooper.
Looks like we had a little bit of a jump float on the serve.
Trying to hit from the back row there. Morrell not quite able to get that one over, so the Hawks add to their lead. Tipped over there, but Tigers get to it, but a little miscommunication there as both Vaughn and Fonder started to go for that ball.
Earlier during that play, Vaughn did a good job being a right-hander, swinging on the right side, getting her right shoulder underneath the ball so that she could swing at it. But yeah, her team didn't end up getting the point on that volley.
And we have a net violation here against Cooper, so South will get the point. Mary Campa subbing in here for South. Back to serve is Vaughn. Christensen pushing it but wide. Wanted to go cross court with that, but just got a little too excited, got too much of it.
Good idea, yeah, when you get pulled in so far inside the court with a set, she didn't have much to do. So she didn't hit it in the net, but sent it out of bounds with the set.
And that one sprayed wide there by Spies.
Looked like Spies' approach was good coming in. She didn't turn her hand to angle the ball down into the court. Just sent it out of bounds.
So once again, South has battled back. Vaughn serving with an 8-8 score, but serving error there will give Cooper the lead back at 9-8.
Yeah, these teams are both serving really aggressive, making some errors, but also earning some aces with their risky serves.
Cooper should get an opportunity here to get into their offense. Here's Christensen. Dug up, though, by Coltrip, but a little too tight to the net. And I think Campa thought it was going to hit the net and was prepared to play it off there, and it didn't quite make it there. Just kind of one of those in-between balls.
Yeah, it didn't look like Vaughn had a chance of getting there either, so.
Three-ball chance here for Cooper. They'll come back. Christensen tipping over the block, and South was in or under the net anyway there, so a point for the Hawks.
Yeah, it looked like they called Lisa Meyer into the net for South.
So it's been little streaks back and forth. Cooper went ahead, South caught up. Now Cooper went ahead again, South caught up, and now it's the Hawks' turn for a little run as Spies serves up an ace.
The topspin on the serve, it just fell down before the passer was able to get there. A lot of topspin.
Sent deep and just out. Cooper, I think, feeling a little bit fortunate there as they were kind of pulled up tight to the middle, and Campa's hit wasn't long by a lot, but winds up out of bounds, 13-8. Oh, and that one just climbs over. Good recovery, though, by the Tigers.
Great save.
Diving dig kept that one alive. And ultimately a hitting error by Cooper's Castillo. So South, the good effort pays off. There were two different times when it looked like this was going to be on the floor.
South was just scrappy on this play, diving and getting one arms on the ball and digging up some strong back row hits as well. And they came out on top for that one.
You kind of like to see teams get the point when that happens, because then you feel like there's a reason you made that effort.
They were rewarded for all of their hard work.
Cooper gets the serve right back here. Jessica Burns will serve.
Another jump float. South has been having trouble getting those jump floats passes to the front row. Yeah, so even on a back row pass, yeah, their hitter was able to just take an approach and jump right in front of the 10-foot line and hit it really hard.
Gaston will serve here, and it's going to be wide. South hasn't taken advantage on a couple of occasions. They've not been able to put a run together here because of serving errors. Lexi Smith back in. Christensen serving here for Cooper. And that one put away by Lutkin.
Great approach by Lutkin. Both teams are setting their players five or 6 feet off of the net, which is a little bit further than the typical volleyball team would strategize for. So I'm curious if the setter is getting pulled off from the passes and is only able to get the ball that close and their hitters are adjusting, or if that's what they've been practicing to try to keep the ball away from the block. As a blocker, it's much more difficult to time a block if the player is that far away from the net versus, yeah, if they're right there, all you have to do is jump at the same time as them rather than delay your jump.
I think both teams, too, don't really have the really big hitters, too, and that might, play into that a little bit where they don't have somebody who's going to be able to go over the top of a block on either side, really.
That's true. Yeah, if the player's hitting the ball and has to go up first to get over the net and then back down, you use a different arm swing and a different strategy for timing your hit around the block.
Out of the timeout here, Cooper up by 6 as Christensen gets set to serve. And the timeout seems to work for South as they get a serving error for the Hawks, and they'll sub back in now with Fonder.
A good timeout by their coach.
Pushed across, and the pass Fonder mishit that one a little bit on the pass, so the Hawks get it right back, and they lead by 6 again.
Cooper's attacks on the right side have been difficult for South to handle, even on that tip. So if I were Cooper, yeah, I'd keep sending that ball to their right side.
Schultz in to serve. To the deep corner and unable to keep that ball up. The Hawks with Burns trying to dive for it.
South did a great job setting from the back row to their outside, and their outside did a good job staying open to her setter so she could stay in control of the ball and get it in bounds.
Morrell serving off the net. Oh, a nice recovery by Cooper. That was not an easy one to handle. And we had a net violation on Cooper on the arms as they raised their arm to the block, caught part of the net. So score the point for the Tigers.
Good choices by South's setter, Genesis Fonder. She's really mixing it up, setting her outside, and then she set her right side on that one successfully.
And that one smoked home by Spies, probably one of the harder hits of the night that we've had here. Had South's digger kind of almost trying to get out of the way a little bit there as it went off her fingertips.
Yeah, I think she made the other team nervous. She just had a full speed approach, was able to get her arms both up in the air and elevate and hit the ball really hard. I want to see more hits like that.
Oh, score the point for Cooper as he came over the plane of the net there. And Spies got a little bit over anxious on that ball.
Yeah, that's a discretionary call by the referee if she's interfering with the ability of South's players to make a play on the ball versus if it's headed over the net, and Spies would have every right to do that.
Nice hit from the outside there. Castillo puts it away for the Hawks, and they go up by 5 again.
Nice cut shot by Castillo. It's really difficult to see where she's swinging. She disguised it really well. It looked like her approach was coming cross court.
Bryant will serve here for Cooper. They've had the lead for most of this first set, but never by more than about 6.
So we just saw a great pass by South, a great set, and a hit.
And that one's going to be too strong off the right arm there of Francis. And the Hawks hit the 20 mark here, trying to win this first set. Maya Bryant will serve. And it's an ace. Interesting, Lisa, you asked before the match about the net seeming even more loose than usual, and it's kind of almost seeming like that on a couple of those serves.
Yeah, I mentioned it to the ref, but he said that it was just fine and the ball was playing normal. So, yeah, it's unusual. We've had so many balls trickle over the net.
Lisa Meyer gets the side out back for South. Cross court with that one, and now Campa returns for the Tigers, and Amari Vaughn will serve. Not a whole lot of margin for error for them right now, down at 21-15, but they've still got an opportunity.
Yeah, if she could go on a 8-point serving run, it would help her team out quite a bit.
Spies with a little change of pace hit there over the blockers, but in front of the back row, able to find the good spot between them all. So 22-15 for Cooper.
Good decision making by Spies. She had a really good run in the front row there. Got a lot of points for her team.
Tip to the middle. South cannot recover as Raina Dixon able to tap that one over, and Hawks.
Good idea from Dixon. I feel like she did a slide approach and looked like she was going to go hard at the ball and then ended up tipping it in front of the 10-foot line.
Good, tough serve, but a pretty good pass, all things considered. There's Dixon with a great block. Sent that one right back at Elizabeth Francis, and that's some of what they are hoping that Dixon can provide. You know, kind of inexperienced, but obviously got the most size on their team and able to get a key block after the hit previous. To the outside, there's Dixon with another block, and that is going to spell victory for Cooper.
2 in a row by Dixon.
25-15, Hawks will take the first set as Dixon gets back-to-back blocks here to help close it out. So Cooper wins the first set 25-15. We'll be back with the second set here in just a moment.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back here to Cooper High School along with Lisa Murphy. I'm Jay Wilcox. Cooper winning the first set here over South, a non-conference volleyball matchup. As these teams, get used to playing in their conference quite a bit, and a chance to kind of renew this rivalry. Both coaches, or the South coach anyway, telling us that they've been pretty close with Cooper in playing them, and both the JV and the B squad went to 3 tonight. So they're, just their overall programs are kind of been competitive with each other, and that's obviously you like to schedule some opponents like that are on your same level too.
Yeah, it looks like the teams are pretty evenly matched. They're both coaches say they're working on their serving and their serve receive. So that's what we're seeing here tonight. We're seeing some aggressive serves and some teams struggling receiving those aggressive serves.
That's the one thing I think you don't even have to be very big or a great athlete if you really work on your serve, you can become pretty good at that. And sometimes I feel like players or teams they work on it somewhat, but maybe not really concentrating on it. Just, okay, let's serve for 10 minutes and things like that. And it can be such a weapon if you become good at it. And it isn't, if you're not the greatest athlete in the world or you're not the tallest, you could still be really good at that part of it anyway.
I agree. Yeah, some of the best servers are those short setters who just get the ball to move so much in the air.
Alex Schultz serving here for Cooper. And nicely disguised there by the setter Fonder as she dumps that one over to start the scoring in our second set.
Very tricky. The jump set that she's been doing sometimes during the game maybe made the blockers comfortable that she was just going to dish it to a hitter, but on that one she took advantage and sent it over.
Bees will push that one over. A good chance for South here to get some offense. They go right to the middle and put away by Abdullah. Single block in the middle and got it off the hands.
Nice swing by Abdullah, coming in strong and swinging hard.
Fonder to serve again as South trying to start the first set or second set a little bit better than they did the first, although they did quickly catch up after Cooper had taken the lead. And a block by Spies. It was kind of an in-between ball. South did end up tipping it over, but Spies timed it pretty well and got the block.
Yeah, Cooper's front row had 2 touches on the ball to block it. Sort of a block and then an attack on it. So, yeah, good tandem work from Cooper's offense.
Lutkin with a strong serve here. They'll come to Spies, and she gets the kill. The set wasn't exactly where she wanted. She had to reach back for it a little bit, but just stayed calm and didn't try to do too much.
Yeah, she had a good approach. She was where she was supposed to be. The set was a little too far back, but enough topspin and not hitting it too hard kept it in the court.
Oops, and Lutkin will serve that one into the tape, and South gets the side out back and try and build on a 3-2 lead here as Morel will serve. Make it a 4-2 lead for the Tigers. Cooper's serve receive has generally been pretty decent, but a little trouble with that one.
Yeah, it didn't look like an extremely aggressive serve, so maybe just an error by Cooper's serve receive.
Cross court, but just wide for Hariana Castillo-Sedano.
She had a good approach, yeah. She didn't get enough topspin to find the court or get enough air to get a good angle on the ball.
She'll play it over here, and South will come right side with it. Nice dig, though, by Christensen, and then dumped over. Spies gets it over and score the point for Cooper. Just a little late and didn't quite penetrate the net there on that block, so it kind of crawled down her arms.
Spies is doing a good job being loud in the front row, kind of taking charge. Letting the setter know that she wants the ball. She wants to win the game.
Maya Bryant serving here for the Hawks. The lefty puts it in play. Spies tipping to the outside, but just wide. Pretty good idea there, attacking on the second ball, and South, I think, was fooled, but it ended up just wide of the court.
Yeah, when the middle hitter's coming in and the setter's behind her, sometimes she doesn't have time to turn around and see if the setter's going to be there on time. She has to take matters into her own hands.
Abdullah sending her teammates moving out of the way of that one as he mishits it on the serve. So Spies will serve here for the Hawks. Down by 2. They won the first set. And there's Dixon with a block. Looked like the point might be over, but now Cooper has to get ready to go again. And off the block, and a kill recorded by Castillo-Sedano. She had 18 kills in one of the matches earlier this year.
That was the best approach we've seen from Castillo all game. So I'm curious, the set was a little bit tighter, and she had a little bit more distance to travel on her approach. So I hope that she can keep doing that this game.
Good hustle to get to that ball and keep it alive anyway for Cooper. Cross court for the kill. There is Vaughn.
Nice swing by Vaughn. Ball headed right to the sideline. Forced Cooper's player to dive to try to get it. Yeah, and she didn't have a lot of time on her approach either. Her left arm wasn't even able to come up in the air. Just her right arm got up and snapped down on the ball.
Vaughn, no serving into the net.
It looks like South is trying to match Cooper's aggressive serving level, but maybe they haven't done it so far this season and are kind of struggling.
Burns in to serve here, one of the captains for the Hawks. And serves up an ace. Easy to see why they brought her in to serve there with that one.
A jump float, yeah, it just slightly moves in the air. It's really hard to tell where those are going, and then it just dives down to the 10-foot line before anyone can get there.
Another strong serve and put away by Christensen on the overpass.
Great directional block by Christensen. Typically, coaches will instruct you to swipe to this side, but she was able to see that the court right in front of her was open, and that makes it even easier. Nice serve.
It'll come to Lutkin off the tape and down. So Cooper has surged into the lead here by a couple now with the strong serving of Burns helping out.
Good adjustment by Lutkin. She does hit the tape with the ball, but yeah, gets the kill. She had to pull into the court a little bit and adjust her arm swing because of where the set was.
And Burns not able to control that pass on a hard hit, so South will get it back. They are looking to tie it up here, down 9-8. Lutkin fires away and gets the kill for the Hawks. They're back up by 2.
Nice play by Cooper.
12 going in for 5. Go.
We have a great set by Kylie Christensen, and Lutkin is able to charge hard at the net and just get all that momentum into her hit and find the court.
Off the block, but Burns is there. Outside again for Lutkin.
Great topspin from Lutkin on that swing.
See if they'll go back to her. Nope, going to come the other way this time, and hitting her there. Summer Ballard, a freshman who, like Penny Danks said this is really an up-and-comer, good size and great leaping ability, and they really think she's got a chance to be a really good one, and just kind of learning the sport a little bit right now, but definitely already a player who can make some impact for them this year.
Yeah, I think that she plays middle on JV and is able to get some time on varsity games at the right side. Great play by Cooper's setter just to send it to her right side and hope for the best. And her Lutkin, yeah, just really great court awareness. The ball coming from behind her is still able to tip it and find the court.
Alex Schultz will serve here for the Hawks. And they'll get it over. And double contact called there on Christensen. A ball passed far out to the outside. She was backpedaling, trying to control that one.
Yeah, she did her best to get her feet there, but yeah, her hands didn't hit the ball at the same time.
Outside to Spies, and she puts that one away.
And that set by Kylie Christensen was still very difficult. She's coming off 10 steps from her spot. Had a great set to her outside, really clean, and Spies is able to charge it hard and hit strong.
Lutkin will serve here for Cooper, leading it by 2. And leading it by 1 now after the serving error. Hawks not playing quite as well as they did in the first set. I think they won the first one 25-15. And a little miscommunication there, I think, as Lutkin passing to an open spot there, couldn't get to it.
Yeah, we've seen more errors from Cooper this game.
Set to Spies in the middle, and she hammers it home.
This Lutkin Spies plays have been very successful, whether they've been in the middle or the outside. And here, Spies does a great job staying behind her setter. When the setter gets pulled towards the 10-foot line, the middle needs to stay closer to the back of the court than the setter so that she can see the ball and it stays in front of her.
Gaston was a little caught in between, passing that ball underhand and then changed her mind at the last minute, and it didn't work out so well.
Yeah, that ball is floating in the air, which makes it, yeah, those decisions. Should I pass it or set it?
And hit too strong by the Tigers, so Cooper now going on a little mini run here. They go up by 3. Bryant will serve. And come back to Spies, but that one dug up by Morrell. And off the block, and the Tigers get a much-needed side out there as the kill recorded by Meyer.
Yeah, it looks like Spies just isn't able to close the block, and it kind of went through the blocker's hands and made it hard for the defense to play. So, way to stay aggressive by South.
Oh, great effort to keep that one alive by Bryant. And this time not able to get to it was Lutkin, or got one hand out, but
Good topspin by Meyer on this approach. She's outside of the court, right where she needs to be, but she doesn't get a full approach, maybe like a step and a half, and she just snaps her wrist and gets enough topspin.
Spies off the block, and I think South was into the net anyway. It's going to be Cooper's point regardless, and they will go up by 2.
Strong approach by Spies, and maybe even her success is in the heads of the South players as they're trying desperately to block her, forcing them into the net.
And that'll wind up as an ace. Spies scraped the net, and then it was almost wide too. And South was just kind of hoping that that one was not going to be in. There was no way they were going to get to it.
Kind of a lucky bounce for Cooper.
And that serve mishandled by Morrell. South seems a little bit tentative sometimes too as far as who's going to take a ball, and that was a case right there where it looked like she was kind of looking around after that. Was that my ball? Was that not my ball?
Yeah, the serve is just a light topspin ball, and it looks like she just overran it, so it hit her too high up on her arms. Yeah, maybe, yeah, like you said, Jay, a little bit of confusion in between them.
Got football action coming up on Friday night, and renewal of a rivalry as Osseo takes on Maple Grove at Maple Grove. You can watch that one Friday night here on 12 Sports. So winding down toward the end of the regular season anyway in that sport as well. That's it'll be the 7th game out of 8 regular season games for both teams. Cooper's up by 4, and they've trailed for a fair amount of this set after leading most of the way in the first and winning by 10. Been a little tougher, but they seem to have gotten things going a little bit their way now. Spies has played very well.
Yeah, Spies in the back row serving now for her team. So she's not able to have those aggressive hits in the front row. But even just a consistent serve is something that Cooper needs right now to finish this game.
19-14 Hawks. Another tough serve. And Castillo can't come up with that one.
An unusual play by Francis. She jumps up with both hands and kind of sets directional blocks a hit. It's difficult to play defense against. Sometimes refs will call that for a carry if they hold on to the ball for too long.
Long run to get there. Dixon, though, able to push it off the block. It wasn't pretty by any means, but sometimes you take those ones too.
Good play by Dixon to stick with it. It was a good decision not to try to swing, just to control, get the ball in the court.
Really a tough one for Bryant to try and get to and do anything with at all, and then Dixon had to scramble a little bit too. Here's Burns serving, and just long. South looked like they actually tried to play it but missed it.
Yeah, I think Meyer missed it, and it's a good thing that she did.
Tigers down 4. They'll come to the outside. Dixon has to push that one over as they didn't quite have the timing or communication on what kind of a set that was going to be. Outside for Lutkin. And that one hit too long. No touch by Cooper, they say, so point for the Hawks.
Really nice close by Dixon for the block for Cooper. Yeah, and it looks like South just wasn't able to snap down on the ball and hit it out of bounds.
Lexi Smith checks back in for the Hawks. Christensen to serve. Yeah, double contact there. Didn't look real clean on that set.
Vaughn did a good job getting her feet behind the 10-foot line, but she just wasn't able to have a clean set on that one. She's gotten a workout tonight. I'm imagining that she's kind of tired running deeper than the 10-foot line.
Christensen a serving error, so South in a similar spot to where they were in the first set. No more margin for error, down by 5 at 22-17, and Gaston will serve. And now make it 23 points for Cooper. Those are the time where it's kind of do or die, and coach talked about, you know, when they fall behind that they've struggled to push back and just really dig down and make some plays late in sets. There's an ace for Schultz, and now Cooper trying to close out the second set.
Yeah, both coaches talked about how their players have been struggling with when they're behind or when there's a pressure situation, playing well, maybe keeping up that confidence so that they're able to make those playing decisions well. Great set.
Lutkin into the tape. Yeah, you really have to have a short memory out there. You know, when obviously there's going to be plays that don't go your way throughout the night, and you have to just be able to forget those the next time around.
I've heard it said volleyball is a game of mistakes. So yeah, the faster that you can recover from your mistakes and focus on what you're doing well and what your team is doing well, the better team you're going to be.
And Cooper wins that battle at the net after they tried to dig up the Spies hit, and the Hawks win the second set, 25-18. So they now go up by 2. We will be back with our third set here. You're watching high school volleyball action from Cooper on 12 Sports.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So far, so good for Cooper on their home court as they have won 25-15 and 25-18 against South. And we head to our third set here. Kind of a festive atmosphere here at Cooper right now. I got some Benny Hill music going.
Yeah, we've seen some players kind of step it up for Cooper. I feel like Spies is hitting really well in the front row, and they're serving very aggressive. South, it seems, is struggling keeping their serves in bounds. So if that's one thing that they could improve and get some points off of, it would just be to keep the ball in bounds.
Yeah, you don't want to say don't be aggressive, but at some point you have to say, you know what, we just need to get these over the net and in, you know, whenever possible too, and work on that part first, and then maybe work some other things. And it may not be that they're trying to be too aggressive, they're just plain mishitting some of them too.
Yeah. Step one, get confident that you can get the ball in the court. And then step two, you can ramp up the aggression of your serve from there. But yeah, they're serving a little bit nervous.
And their serve receive has been a little bit of an issue too, I think, here, especially later in that second set. I mean, overall, they had played pretty well up until the last few minutes, and then they were just struggling with it.
I agree. When they have a good pass, their setter does a good job, clean hands, and gets it to their hitters. But that pass is key.
Fonder serving to start the third set here. Dixon on the court in this rotation to start it out in the third, but they dig that up, and there's Dixon with a big block. Boy, she is, in her limited court time, has definitely made some things happen.
Yeah, we saw her swing on this volley, and we saw her protect the net on the first contact, and then she made it there for the third contact and put the ball away. She was in a lot of places on that play.
Dumped over. Good try by Christensen. Pretty well disguised there by Fonder.
Was it Shamila who got the ball?
Got there first. Yeah, I think you're right.
That was very athletic. She jumped very high and set the ball over the net.
This one dug up by Gaston, and now to the outside they'll come. Burns is there. And trying to foot save there was Gaston. The Hawks will get the point.
Yeah, those foot contacts are legal. They're just a little bit harder to control.
McKenna Dale, number 9, checks in here for Cooper. Lutkin will serve.
Nice short serve by Lutkin.
Nice dig there on a hit by Lutkin. Or by Spies, I mean. And now Spies will get the point for the Hawks.
Spies again doing a good job for Cooper, being aggressive, kind of pushing the ball, pushing the tempo of the game.
I think part of it, too, is just her playing with confidence probably rubs off on everybody else a little bit, too.
Yeah, and then it makes her teammates want to give her the ball. And just pushes the confidence of the team up.
To the outside, and Tigers able to recover and get that one over. Push deep, and it is going to be out. Good call from the bench there as Asia was about to play that one and got the word at the last moment, let it go.
I think that was a legitimate point for the bench on that. So good communication from the South's team.
Coltrip into serve, and it'll be an ace.
Nice serve by Coltrip. She had a short arm swing, but she hit the ball hard. And yeah, it just, did it bounce off the top of the net?
Tipped over by Spies, but pretty good coverage by the Tigers. Spies this time will go out to the other outside and able to get it done. She is playing hard right now.
Yeah, I feel like her confidence is growing and growing. She's just taking those second hits over the net.
Bryant will serve here for the Hawks. And it'll be an ace.
I'm curious what Bryant's serve looks like when you're receiving it, because she usually gets 3 or 4 serves in a row, and some of them are aces. They must move, or there must be something unusual about them.
Had a second ball put into play there briefly, so luckily they hadn't served yet. And tough one to the outside. Really no way Fonder can do anything with that one. or make that Vaughn. So Hawks stretching their lead to 6-3.
Yeah, Vaughn jumped really high and got her hand up there, but she was just outside the antenna and there was nowhere to go.
And that one's going to be in for an ace. Coltrip kind of wishing and hoping that it was going to be out, but it wasn't.
Good court placement by Bryant. It's like 3 inches away from the sideline. Really hard to read.
Another good serve nearly results in an ace, and that time Spees got a little greedy there, wanted to attack that first ball, and she's got a little smile to the bench there knowing that, okay, that was a chance that I had but didn't convert.
Yeah, she was kind of on a roll with kills there, so let's just see how she responds from having an error.
Pretty good job by Christensen on a ball way to the outside there, that she was able to keep this one in play, first of all, and then actually put it in a pretty good spot.
Really good body control, knowing that how far away she was from the antenna, that she probably couldn't swing or she'd send it out of bounds. Really good choices.
And a misfire there by Meyer, so a point for the Hawks. I think Cooper's done a good job, too, varying up where they're serving to. Some of them are short, but those last couple have been, you know, to the back line, keeping South honest so that they can't all cheat up.
Yeah, and each server is able to vary her own serve versus like this player serves only deep and this player serves only short.
There's Maya Bryant attacking. The left-hander really wasn't off the court much to speak of, but she knew that the defense wasn't going to expect that, and she gets the kill. Pretty good hit there and the ball to the outside, and then the overpass put away by Francis.
A nice directional block and read on the overpass by Francis for South. Sometimes when the ball's coming that slow, it's really hard to stay out of the net, and she does a good job staying disciplined and waiting for it.
And Lutkin didn't keep moving her feet there, just kind of reached for that one, and it was a tough one to get to, 10-6. But that has kind of been a little bit of the story for South tonight. When they get a little bit going, a mistake of their own has kind of killed any momentum they've had.
Yeah, and serving it in the net eliminates even the possibility of the other team accidentally playing a ball that's out of bounds too. So if you're going to miss it long, then short.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's no decision to be made whether you play it or not. And that'll be a point recorded by Francis there for South.
I've seen Francis do a lot of attacking with both hands, like directional setting and being kind of sneaky that way. I want to see her go up hard and hit the ball.
Gaston will serve. It's a short one, and Cooper doesn't handle it. Seemed like she mishit it a little bit, but it'll count.
Some of her previous serves have been on game point, yeah, and she's missed in the net, so maybe she does serve short every time.
Back-to-back shaky serve receive there, and Penny Danks has seen enough. She's going to ask for a timeout here and talk things over here as Lutkin trying to pass that ball overhand and just didn't really get under it.
Yeah, she kind of served it with the butt of her hand, which doesn't have a lot of spin. Maybe it's a little bit, different, something that you don't practice receiving. And Cooper let it hit the ground once, and then was it Lutkin who wasn't able to set it the second time? So they're regrouping.
Cooper still leading, but South chipping away, getting back to within 2 points. The Hawks, however, do have 2 sets in the bank already, winning 25-15 and 18.
Nice serve. That one wasn't short.
Lutkin able to put it away, and in some ways it was almost more where Cooper wanted it, though.
Yeah, something that they're used to seeing. They had a pretty in-system pass to their setter, and Who did you say got the kill on that one?
Lutkin, yeah. Summer Ballard checks back in here for the Hawks.
I think that the setter, Vaughn, was in the back row on that attack.
Yep. And there's an ace served up by Christensen.
Nice jump serve by Christensen. It looked like her toss was a little off. She didn't hit it as hard as some of her other serves, but it ended up landing shorter.
And that one is too strong and out, so Tigers will get the ball back.
15 going back in for 22. Go.
Fonder reporting back in here for the Tigers, who are down by 4, 14-10.
Nice topspin serve from Genesis Fonder.
Off the block, but recovered by Schultz there. And Lutkin able to fire away and put that one home as Gaston trying to dig it but couldn't.
Lutkin did a great job calling for the ball, letting the setter know that she was ready to hit. She got outside the court and, yeah, was able to come in strong with the strong outside approach.
But there's Schultz with a serving error. Morrell to serve here for the Tigers.
Speed does a good job staying on the ground and getting the ball in the court. And then
Put away there by Vaughn again.
Vaughn kind of using an unusual arm swing.
I was going to say maybe lacking in technique, but she can get off the court so quick that they're never ready for it.
Yeah, she was early, so the block was late on her, and she hit it right where the block was supposed to cover up, so the defense wasn't ready.
And Cooper was into the net. Oh, wait a minute. We might have a replay. It looks like both officials had a team into the net, so it's going to be a point replayed there.
Yeah, each one had a player that they saw go into the net simultaneously, so I think you're right. I think we're doing a replay.
Good communication by the officials there, too. They, didn't take a long time to sort it out. They each saw a player in, so have to replay it. And scraped over the net. Spies will get it.
Lucky Spies had enough topspin on that ball to pull itself over the top of the tape.
Lutkin serving here for Cooper. And that'll be an ace.
That was a great serve by Lutkin. Sort of a jump float that died early. Really hard to play, really hard to receive.
Morrell able to send this one over. Tough pass to handle, but they do it. And an overpass there. Spies trying to put it away, but the Tigers recover it. Dumped over again. Christensen gets the hair.
Looks like we're getting caught in a tipping war.
And they're able to get it over. See if Cooper can get in offense going here. Spies tipping, but good recovery. And they keep scrambling, but it's wide of the antenna. And a long rally goes Cooper's way.
Both teams tipped about 3 times each. We had some hard swings and some good digs on defense. But it feels like everyone's being a little bit tentative.
Lutkin serving here, and that pass is off target. They have just struggled to handle some of the tougher serves that Cooper has been able to throw at them.
Another nice jump serve by Lutkin.
That time a much better pass. Christensen will come out And the kill recorded by McKenna Dale. She's had a couple good plays in her court time, so a timeout taken by South right here.
Yeah, we just had a textbook play for Cooper here. We had a good pass. The setter was close to the setter spot, so she didn't have to transition very far off the net, and she had a great set, and we had a strong approach, and yeah, a great swing for the kill for Cooper. So if they're able to pass that frequently, those good passes, I feel like we'll be able to see a little bit more of an aggressive offense from Cooper. Their coach is smiling a lot in the huddle.
Yeah, it's you know, you've had some struggles throughout the season a little bit and everything. It's got to be a nice feeling for them to have a good night here on their home court. You know, pretty decent crowd here, and obviously TV here for this one here tonight. They got to feel good about, you know, coming out. That's the thing that a lot of people forget, is that the teams that, even if they're struggling, they're out there every day at practice. They're working just as hard as the ones that are having success, and good to see them get rewarded for it a little bit here tonight.
I agree, yeah. Cooper's team, with their record, they might remember this win a lot more than maybe some of the other teams who have had a more successful season. So they're working hard, they're all smiling, they're having a great game.
Letkin looking deep for the corner, but it's just out. Point for South.
Got 10 going in for 2 over here.
Coltrip will come in to serve here for the Tigers. Down 20-13. And she'll immediately deliver an ace as Dale played a ball that probably should have been somebody else's behind her. They didn't communicate. That's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize, is just how vital communication is in volleyball. You got 6 players out there in a pretty small spot. There's noise in the gym. They're all moving. And it has to just become second nature to call balls. And if it doesn't, that's what you're going to see, things like that.
Yeah, teams look a lot better when they tell each other where they are in the court.
Spies will put that one away. Just kind of back to some simple basics there as they go middle. Nothing fancy about it, but Christensen giving a hittable set there and put away by Spies.
Yeah, Spies has been very effective in the front row. Good ball control, keeping it inbounds, getting it away from the blockers.
Good strong serve, and Spies is able to put that one away. Took care of it on the overpass.
Good job waiting on the ball to cross over the net.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, how often you see players get into the net on a ball like that.
It's tough when the ball comes that slow. It's in your vision, field of vision the whole time. You want to smash the ball down. It's hard to stay out of the net.
McKenna Dale getting some slaps on the back after recording another kill here for Cooper. So it allows you an opportunity maybe to go a little deeper in your bench tonight too, so you get some more confidence built up for some of the players like Dixon, like Dale, who maybe aren't out there all the time. And there's another ace, and Cooper 1 point away from wrapping it up in 3 here, as Maya Bryant will try and finish it off here for the Hawks. Comes with the short floater this time. And a block for Spies, and Cooper will get the sweep.
A great close between Dale and Spies on that last point. And a really aggressive serve. South does a good job getting it to their setter. They have an aggressive approach, but yeah, that closed block for Cooper when the hitter wasn't looking was just too much to handle.
So the Hawks fired up after they win their 4th match of the season. They get the sweep over South tonight, 25-15, 18, and again 15. So congratulations to Cooper coming up with the victory here tonight. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's match here from Cooper High School. For Lisa Murphy, I'm Jay Wilcox. Again, it's Cooper over South in 3.